there were a lot of people who were invalidating her feelings, invalidating her experience. There were a lot of people who basically didn't even look like her and who were like, well, I didn't experience this. And it's like, that's the point. Hello, everybody. It's a little somber today, to be quite honest with you all. I felt very moved to talk about this. Brows are definitely done already. I tried something new. Purchased this like NYX Lift and Snatch brow tint pen, whatever, because I like the idea of like doing hair like strokes, whatever you call it. And it's not bad, but I feel like for me not having that much makeup, it's a bit much right now. So I don't know if y'all have been on social media or not. Popular like, you know, YouTuber Bria Jones, or like, hey, it's Bria Jones, I think something like that. Basically, if you don't know what's going on, I don't know, maybe I'll link some things or whatever. Long story short, Bria Jones, I think like she was invited to a very well-known brand on here who Tarte Cosmetics. They have a long history of not being inclusive, basically. Like they just no history of inclusivity at all. And they did a trip recently. Bria Jones made a video basically saying that like, why am I leaving like one day earlier? Because she ended up looking to it, but she basically was expressing like leaving a day earlier than everybody else, and that she, you know, that's not fair. You know, I that's like a very like really very quick analysis of it all. I got the point of the whole thing because I know what this looks like. But when I tell you like social media, apparently like basically she deleted her whole TikTok account, which is crazy. And she you know, and my biggest thing is like, I hope that she's okay, especially given that like May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Like there were a lot of people who were invalidating her feelings, invalidating her experience. There were a lot of people who basically didn't even look like her and who were like, well, I didn't experience this. And it's like, that's the point. You don't look like her. So you wouldn't even get to imagine, right? You don't even know what her experience in this world in general even looks like. So when she's talking about inequities, right? I don't know. I think like the whole thing, you know, I had a whole rant with my friend Bailey because thankfully I got it all out because I didn't want to come on here like pissed off. But it's just, you know, my biggest thing is like, what happened to listening to Black women? What happened to that? Oops, let me grab this. In 2020, right? We know what went down in 2020. 2020 was hot, temperature-wise, and with a lot of things going on, you know? And everybody was like, we need to listen to Black women. We need to listen to them. We need to advocate for them. You know, how to not, what was that book? How to be an anti-racist was like charting, right? So many white women were like, you know, having their book clubs where they were reading this book and like trying to do the work. And my thing is like, if you do not look like Bria Jones and you are one of the people stitching her and saying like, I would have been, you know, in the closet, I would have been grateful for being in the closet or wherever. Like people who are just like hopping on and just saying like, well, I would have been grateful for, well, I would have. And some people were saying that it was because of like follower count. The CEO herself literally was like, that doesn't have any, we don't take into account like, you know, follower count. For me, it's like, you know, and the whole thing of like just being grateful, it's giving shut up and dribble. Whenever people say you just need to be grateful, I feel like as a Black woman, if I were to be talking about whatever feeling that I was feeling about some kind of injustice that happened to me, and you're telling me to just be grateful that I have a table at the seat, or you should be proud that you were even considered for this opportunity. That's what it's giving. And I feel like something about a Black woman speaking out and us driving her away, or I'm saying like, you know, TikTok, you know, us being like as a whole on social media, driving her away. And I hope and pray that she's doing okay. Because I feel like as a Black woman, the amount of things that we deal with in general from our day-to-day lives, right? When it comes to like injustices and just like our microaggressions that are not even micro. I can't imagine having millions of people having that, like, you know, that many people like in your business. That makes any sense. she's like, I think her thing is like Any Given Sunday. I think that's like her name. Her thing, which I agreed to, was like, her thing was like, if we, like, that you can be grateful. And I think Bria was being grateful for the opportunity and also giving criticism. If we as a people, as Black people, as people of color, Black people and people of color, if we were always grateful to be in these, always grateful, but not really like giving any kind of criticism, but not really always grateful to have a seat at the table. If we were always so grateful, how are we able to get anywhere? If the people before us were always so grateful and they didn't speak up for whatever injustice, whatever may have happened, and any kind of biases, we wouldn't be where we are today. There are a lot of people who definitely like worded it a lot better than me, because I'm still just like, astounded. But I feel like something about a Black woman sharing her experiences and saying, this is how I feel, and and people not listening, it's like, what happened? I thought we were all about listening to Black women. That was one of many slogans. Sorry, I have people working outside my apartment, but I feel like that was like the slogan of like, 2020, summer of 2020. Putting, black screen, whatever, on your Instagram as a block. My thing is like, who's on your team? Who's on your PR team? If your PR team looks like everybody else, if your PR team looks just like you, there needs to be some reevaluations there. There needs to be some internal work, because things like this would have never happened. Invest in a DEI person. Invest in like somebody who is into like diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging, you name it. Because most of the time, because that's the point, right? As being a white person, is that you understand that you are gonna have a lot of like blind spots. You're not gonna be able, because that's just the way it is. You're not always going to be able to think ahead and say, oh crap, like, let's be mindful of how this will be perceived if we have our Black and brown people leaving early or being treated differently. It's just things like this, whenever I see it, I kind of get discouraged. Because I was telling my friend Bailey, I was like, I feel like I'm kind of like a pessimist, but also a realist in a way, where it's like, I recognize the world that we live in, and sometimes it's kind of depressing, honestly. But yeah, like I said, a lot of people said it a lot better than me. But I feel like for me, the whole point of this was just to like say that I'm thinking about Bria, and because clearly she was invited for a reason. She wasn't an afterthought. Anyway, I kind of want to do something like matte. Okay, just something matte. I'm just gonna add a little bit of like setting powder, just because I don't really want to do a color. I don't want to commit to a color quite yet. I've been loving, because I don't have that many like compact brushes, so I've just been loving like just things like this. Like this, so I've been loving this like Fenty Beauty bronzer compactor, because it's like just having a cute little mirror. I've never had it like this, because sometimes like my window, like my mirror is not that, like I can see, but like I wear contacts and glasses for a reason, so I can't like always see per se. We're going to try and do something a little crazy, to me at least, and I'm going to do some kind of like a wing. I don't know how to do eyeliner. Like you saw my like community tab post, I don't know how to do eyeliner, so I'm just gonna like try and do something like brown. We're just gonna take it easy. This is gonna take a minute, honestly. Like, should I just like turn off the camera and then come back? I'm gonna go in with this right here, the sculpting shade. It's like a honey pea color. I'm gonna use it to set my under eye, and then do like a setting powder, like translucent setting powder. Some people recommend it, so let's see how this looks. But But I'm loving the eyes and the brows so far. Wow, it looks so good. I'm not gonna put too much. Then I'm gonna go in with my translucent powder and just like a light dust of setting powder, because you don't want it to look too cakey apparently under your eyes. I'm not a professional. I'm literally saying what I heard from the makeup professionals on TikTok. I'm so glad like makeup artists, like professionals who are in the field, you know, doing the work on set and everything are giving tips and tricks, because I think I've talked about this a lot, but like 2020 changed my life in a lot of ways. And with, you know, I kind of stopped wearing makeup for a really long time. And my biggest thing is just trying to get back into doing it, because something that I love. I enjoy doing my makeup and talking to y'all. So I love doing this. And so I'm always open to like new techniques and what people are doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. My last makeup looks were like 2016 makeup. Yes, like 2016 makeup. That's what I knew how to do. I'm loving the like winged kind of look, like just like the focus. I freaking love this. I rarely do eyeshadow nowadays. And there's this, I think like Instagrammer, like, you know, influencer who was like, I'm tired of like just doing like what was it, like the clean girl or just barely any eyeshadow. So she went in and like did her eye makeup, and I was like, oh yeah, you can do eyeshadow. Because sometimes you be forgetting with the clean girl. I'm like, oh yeah, eyeshadow is fun. Why aren't we doing eyeshadow? I need to add some bronzer and some blush. I don't really contour my face. I add bronzer instead. To be quite honest, like I feel like bronzer just adds the warmth that I need, and it's just enough. So I'm just gonna add bronzer right the temple right here, a light amount, and then I'm gonna try Jackie Aina's technique of adding blush right here. So let's just see. Just like a light touch. Okay, that's a little bit of warmth. And then this artist was saying like to not add, you know, bronzer right here, just to keep this like open. I'll try that technique another time because I forgot. I'd be wanting to try so many different techniques, and then I like get in this chair and I'm like, we're gonna, you know, it's like a muscle memory. So I'm just like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. This is what we're used to, and call it a day. What's up? Can I get Tell me that song is not stuck in your head. Oh my gosh, like every time I'm like going on Instagram or whatever, what it is, I'm like, that's a great song and I cannot get it out of my head. It's a really good song though. Is it every block boy? Cause it says block boy. Is it black boy? Cause that works too. Every black boy, every block boy needs a little Okay, blush. What color blush should I do? So I forgot that I have this blush palette from BH Cosmetics. Yes, I have this blush palette from BH Cosmetics back in the day, and it'll have glitter on here. This is, my sister hates glitter, so she like anyway, this is the blush palette that I have by BH Cosmetics. It's trying to figure out what shade I want to do, because this shade looks very similar to the crayon case one that I'd be using, like the cranberry shade. This is so hard. Okay, let's try these two. Maybe these three. These 2, 3, I'm not sure. Blush placement is definitely something I know more a little bit about. I know I did like the temple thing. I like that. I'm gonna add a little bit right here. I know Jackie. I don't want to bring it too close right here, you know, because I want to give that look. Because if my problem is I look like I'm 12, and I'm not. It's like a very purpley color. I'm gonna add a little bit right here. Oh my gosh. I'm like, how should I just? I'm like trying to add it on top, maybe like a little highlight. Yeah. Yeah. Dimension. Bringing a little bit under my eye, just like slightly. Oh, that looks so good. Added like a little bit so that it's like, there's like a harsh, like there's blush and then there's, you know, under eye. So lightly blending that in, and oh my gosh. Game changer. Mizami. Bel bagay. That means like good things, like, you know, whatever. If I didn't know the language, that was Haitian Creole. because I am Haitian. Je suis haïtien. That's French, I just said. I took French in high school because it was just like, if you speak like any of like Creole dialect, like from the island of the Caribbeans, you would do okay in Creole, like in French. That's how I was able to get through high school, because I was able to count and say certain numbers. Some of them can be confusing. I'm using the Lash Princess by Essence, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Y'all know I like to say that, because it's true. Now, if somebody want to gift me makeup, I'm not gonna turn it down, but I'm just saying. Okay, let me know if y'all like these type of videos. I actually love recording videos where I'm doing my makeup and just talking about various things. I like to say my rants. Oh my gosh. Dang it. I have like these moles on my face and I get them from my grandmother. They don't bother me at all. If anything, they remind me of her. She's very much still alive, but she's just, you know, in Haiti. But sometimes I want to like highlight them a little bit more, but I don't want to get like black, you know what I mean? And put like, you know, but I feel like maybe like a light brown to kind of like bring them back to life. But I feel like you can still see them, so it's fine now. So it's not like a mole. It's just, you know, I feel like I don't really need highlighter. I don't feel like I really need highlighter. If anything, if I have like a blush that's like a similar tone as the blush, you know, like to add a little bit more oomph, but I feel like it gives, you know, I feel like it doesn't really need it. I feel like I don't really even need highlighter. Am I gonna not wear highlighter? I don't think I'm gonna do it, y'all. 2016 me will be like, excuse me? No highlighter, Brenda? Are you ill? So let's do the topper. So I'm gonna add a little bit of trust issue. Literally, this was a miracle. This was all by accident. I did it around Thanksgiving. I'm gonna take this off, by the way. And I just like did a one on top. It was like a quick makeup look. Of course, the quick one was the best one. I'm gonna like do a little press. Ah, even that's too much. Even that's too much. Dang it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so pretty. Because you don't want too much. You want it to be just like a little oomph. Why am I like this? And you want it to be, there we go. See that? It's just like, just enough so that when you close your eyes, it's like, wow. See that? Just enough. And I even went above my crease a little bit, because that's okay, because you want it to look not like you're trying. Let's see if this is dry so I can like flake it off. And also, I forgot that I add blush on my nose. I'm gonna line my lips using the crayon case. I know we're gonna do something to our lips this time. Crayon case Bare. And this is a good, people say it's a good brown. And y'all, look at what this, look at what this looking like. Girl, Brenda, do I even have a sharpener? I rarely, if you've been watching my video for a while, if you know me personally, I'll do my makeup with full face and just put on chapstick. I know. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. And this is just like really fun. Like, I love doing my makeup and just talking to y'all. Yeah, I really want to know, like, what fun things are you looking forward to in your city, in your state? Does your city do anything special for the summertime? I know a lot of cities usually just have like a fair, or not the fair, sorry, I'm from Miami, and the fair is more of like a spring thing, but like, you know, I don't know. Like I said, New York here in the city, there's so many like street fairs. So I've always loved that. Also, that was kind of scratching my lips, but so I'm going to put on the very first lipstick that I got. Very first like nude lipstick I got, and that's from M.A.C. It's the shade Spirit. I think I mentioned this. I was like, this one probably was like, I was like, hi, I'm looking for a nude, like my nude. She's like, Spirit. And I wore it like once. This was like in high school. So let's see how this looks. Oh gosh. Okay, it's still a good nude. Hold on now. And then I got this like beauty supply store lip gloss, and I will be putting it on because I just love a good beauty supply store lip gloss. Who doesn't? So this is like, you've probably seen this before. It's like coconut oil, you know, lip gloss. Oh, look at how that glides on. Oh yeah. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, it smells so good too. It smells so good. I think this is a really good pink. I like the pinkiness, like the pink right here. It looks kind of pink even though I don't have much pink right here. I'm gonna put a little bit of highlighter on my nose. I'm sorry, y'all. I need a little bit of oomph on my nose. I'm just gonna add a little bit of gold because I feel like it's very cool right now. I'm gonna add inner corner and we're done. I had already set my face, but I'm gonna set it again just because I like to do that. I set my face about 2 to 3 times. Look, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I had so much fun recording this. I'm like low-key feeling myself because it's been a minute. Stuff look this good, okay? Love the blending technique that I did. I highly recommend it. I have like glitter here, honestly, whatever. But I love the eye look. I'll insert some sort of like, you know, slow-mo version so you can see what my face is looking like up close. But I love this. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking pretty. And I love wearing this like sweater dress from Puma, and I have makeup right here. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I know I have a couple new people, so welcome. And yeah, I hope you had a good time watching this video and hanging out with me. Just a reminder to listen to Black Women. If you have any video requests, let me know down below.